How to establish a company in Cyprus. Why are we even talking about this in the first place? Because when you actually want to expand your business abroad, you really need to be convinced that you will actually want to stay where you are setting up your company. Hi, if you're definitely wondering how to take your business absolutely abroad, you're in the right place. I have successfully helped over 250 entrepreneurs establish foreign companies and international holding structures. On my wealth advisory channel, Maria Panasiuk, you will learn how to prepare for such a process and much more. How to prepare for taking your business abroad. Subscribe to my channel and learn more about expanding your company internationally. And stay up to date with the latest updates. Let's return to what is involved in having a company abroad. When we think about expanding an operational business, such as trade or services, to new international markets, going abroad usually involves transferring your sales and operations to those foreign locations. So the expansion of operational structures means that your old or new team of salespeople or consultants will be selling in various ways at some point in your client's country and in different regions, or simply from abroad, for example, from Switzerland, from the United States, or from Abu Dhabi. You write different scenarios. And what about exiting with the company that is to be your holding? And who will manage it? To whom would you like to entrust your assets and investment accounts? I bet the first answer that came to your mind was no one. I will manage my finances myself. Exactly. This is very often an important issue that we do not consider when deciding to establish a foreign holding, and significant. Because if you really want to indeed set up a very genuine holding outside the country, it should be in a very suitable location where you would actually truly like to stay. That is why, for example, I often wonder how well thought out the decision to establish a company in Estonia is. I know only one client who actually decided to live there. Others don't succeed. And why? Because they don't enjoy it. After all, finances can be managed from anywhere in the world, so they sit by the Mediterranean Sea and manage their company in Estonia. And that's not a good idea. So think about how you can combine both. If you like warm climates, maybe you should set up a company where you like to travel. And that's why today I will talk about a company in Cyprus. It is quite a common destination where you will find both low taxes and pleasant legal and accounting services in English, good cuisine, and a warm climate. If you would like me to talk about other destinations, please let me know in the comments. So, how do you establish a company in Cyprus and what does it involve? Cyprus offers very liberal regulations regarding tax exemptions for capital gains, such as various other benefits. This applies to both individuals who live in Cyprus and companies registered there. That is why Cyprus is so commonly used for holding companies. For other incomes, the income of companies in Cyprus is taxed at 12.5%. These are incomes from business activities such as trading and are taxed in this way. Or, attention, for passive income from interest, there is a tax that entrepreneurs really dislike because it is 33%. This is the so-called special defense contribution. This tax can be managed if you properly organize the process of establishing the company and plan the financial flows crucially. When settling a company, it is important, for example, which currency you choose for its reporting. It is an unpleasant surprise if a company does not earn profits but still has to pay taxes due to realized exchange rate differences. That's why planning is always important. And a few practical tips. How does the establishment of a company proceed? Before proceeding with the formation of the company, you need to choose its name and obtain approval for the proposed name from the local Cyprus company registry. A company can be established in 2 days, but the approval of its name can take a week or two, and it may happen that you get a rejection because, for example, it is too similar to the name of another company already listed in the register. In such a case, it is possible to register a company in Cyprus, and you can convince Cyprus to accept your name if you demonstrate that your company in Poland operates under exactly the same name. Once you have established the company should have its own address. In the past, the address, along with a secretary, was most often provided by a local law firm. Today, these services are becoming somewhat outdated. The company's address should be located in an office rented by the company. If you have a company in Cyprus and you haven't received this information yet, you might need to change the advisors handling your affairs. The ATAT 3 directive will come into effect next year. What does it involve? You can read about it in the material I published at the link below. And let's move on to what to look at when running a company on Cyprus. This activity is carried out by directors, who exercise all the powers of the company's management, except for those powers that must be exercised by shareholders at shareholders' meetings, in general. And here again, a note. So far, these have been directors appointed by the local agent, so-called nominee directors. These directors acted according to the beneficiary's instructions, which means yours. Such circumstances cannot continue today. Your company must have a dedicated team in Cyprus. This team makes decisions and acts actively and efficiently from Cyprus. You can come to join them in making decisions in Cyprus, but it has to happen there. Once we have the director's company, we proceed to open a bank account, which should also be where? In Cyprus. Of course, you don't have to keep significant assets there. In fact, you really shouldn't. It's not important. You probably remember the situation in 2013 when the Bank of Cyprus went bankrupt, and bank account holders received a guaranteed 100,000 euros. There is nothing extraordinary about keeping your funds in a country that guarantees you financial stability. This could be Switzerland. In Cyprus, you should keep and manage an account that handles the company's current requirements and needs. Opening such an account can, for example, typically take up to 3 months. In each of these cases, whether you are opening it in Cyprus or Switzerland, the bank must meet the beneficiary in person. Cyprus allows an online meeting with the account beneficiary. Ultimately, you still need to sign in person at the bank branch. Once you have the company, account, office, and management, you can start operations. Remember that the presence of your company in Cyprus needs to be continuously maintained. Your company must be managed from Cyprus if you want to avoid tax risks or safely pay dividends from your operational companies, for example in Poland, to your holding company.